What happens when one of the biggest YouTubers in the world gets tired of paying for AI subscriptions like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, etc.? Well, they build Odysseus, and that's exactly what PewDiePie did. It is completely free, and it's not just another AI wrapper. Odysseus is a self-hosted workspace that runs AI models locally on your own machine, which gives you access to cool features like agents and deep research, and a lot more I'm going to show you in this video. It's like the UI from these state-of-the-art models, but for you to access locally with your own local models and your own local data. If you're intimidated by setting up your own local models, well, don't be. They also included something called Cookbook that will scan your hardware and recommend the exact local models that you can run flawlessly. All right, so enough talking about it. Let me show you actually what it is, how to set it up, and how it all works. As always, I will have a link in the description below. This is on GitHub. It is completely open source, and because PewDiePie is the one that is like supporting this, backing it, he's the one who started it, you can actually see the pull request and issues is already pretty high. And if you're not a programmer, don't worry. Basically what this means is there are a lot of programmers out there working on this actively to make it better. So I think the whole open source community is really cool, and you're going to see this project get better fairly rapidly. So you can actually see, if we scroll down, there is a quick start guide. There's the setup guide, you can see the roadmap, you can see exactly what it looks like. So it is recommended that you do have Docker, and if you have Docker, it's like the easiest to install. Go to docker.com, go to products at the top, Docker desktop, and then you're going to have a download button. Once you have Docker installed, open up your terminal and copy this line first, and just kind of go through and just copy them line by line. And then eventually you're just going to open up your local host, which is only on your computer and nowhere else. You can't access it anywhere else but your own computer, and that's where you will access the program. Before I show you the UI, there is one other thing you need. You need Ollama. You can download it. Again, I'll have all the links in the description below. Just download it for Windows, Linux, Mac. It is super easy to set up and use. We're going to connect that with Odysseus, and you can see here we have our username, a password. We can hit sign in, and when we sign in, we're going to go through the entire setup process, connecting Ollama with Odysseus, and Odysseus is going to take over because there are so many cool features, as you can see on the left. It might be overwhelming to start, but just bear with me. It is really cool. So now we can go to the message area. We can type /, and from there, you're going to see a bunch of different things. So like MCP servers, we can create new chats, go webs, docs, all sorts of different things. We can also do setup, but I'm not going to set up through the chat. I'm going to actually hit the settings because I want to go through and show you all the different things you can do, because this isn't like a wrapper, as I mentioned earlier. So for starters, we want to add a local model, and that's why we're using Ollama, because it's just going to be the local model for us. So it's just like this one click. We can hit add, and our model is going to be added that quickly, that easily. It found our model, it added the model. We can also add an API model if we want. So if we want to add DeepSeek, Anthropic, OpenAI, OpenRouter, ChatGPT, any of these, we can do it. So we can actually add state-of-the-art models using APIs as well. So you can use this entire UI to run like everything. I'm going to leave that off for now, just because I want to show you that I'm going to use 100% local Gemma model, and I don't have to do anything else. So you can actually see our local model here, and you can see the models that are added. And I love this because everything is stored on my own local machine, because I value privacy. And if you value privacy, check this out. What if I told you browsing the web and watching the video is like sending a message to a giant group chat with your internet service provider, hackers, and even the government to let them know what you're doing? I've personally used and paid for private internet access out of my own pocket for over the past decade. We need an encrypted tunnel to hide our IP address and keep the prying eyes of hackers and internet service providers out of your business. The reason why I personally choose private internet access is because of the no log policy, and more importantly, it was actually proven in court. This isn't just marketing, it's actually verified privacy. In addition, you get access to Netflix globally, so certain shows are only shown in certain countries. You get access to all of them. With 91 countries and 50 states, you're getting a global library, one subscription, unlimited devices. Your phone, your laptop, your console, and all of your family's tech as well. The private internet access app is extremely easy to use, and again, it's the one I've literally paid for over 10 years. It's the one that I trust with with my data. So if you're ready to stop broadcasting your data to the world, just scan the QR code that you see on your screen or click the link piavpn.com/FranklinAI. And because you're watching this, you can grab a massive 83% discount, which works out to just over $2 a month. It is totally risk-free, 30 days money back guarantee. So there's no excuse. For the price of a cheap coffee, it's a no-brainer for your digital safety. So we have it all set up. We're going to go back to settings shortly. I just want to show you how this actually works. So how are you? And we can actually hit send. And I know you're thinking, hey, isn't this no different than a wrapper? And it isn't. Just bear with me for a second. So you're going to see here, we sent through a chat. We can actually have a conversation back and forth. That is indeed a wrapper. Let's start a new chat. You're going to see here, we have the ability to do chat and agent. So when we do chat, we can actually enable web search. So it can actually search the web for relevant information. If your model that you have selected has a cutoff point with date, it has the ability to actually search the web now and gather data. We can also add files, documents, and there's also this whole like prompt injection thing, which is really cool. So we have like a prefix, suffix, we can adjust the temperature, persona, group, being, there's all sorts of fun things you can do. What's really cool, and I'm just going to start a new chat again, what's really cool is this agent mode. So with agent mode enabled, I'm just going to disable and enable the shell so you can actually see the shell here is what's the cool part. The shell has the ability to access your terminal, install packages, and actually do things that you can't do with just a basic chat. So with agent mode enabled, I'm going to put in a prompt, a simple game inspired by GTA, and we're going to hit send. And what's really cool this time around, and you're going to notice that it's going to work very similar to the state-of-the-art models, similar in the sense that it has a canvas feature, it has the ability to actually create files, because this isn't just a chat anymore, this is a full-fledged agent. So you can actually see here, it's designing like a simplified game. It says, okay, here's the world remapping, the platform. So I can put in a prompt like not code this game so I can actually play it on the web using threes.js. And here is where the canvas feature is going to pop up. So now you can actually see the canvas feature I was talking about on the right. You can see the code appearing. This is the JavaScript code it's working on. On the left, it has created a document. Again, the agent has the ability to do this. So it's going to go through and actually work on our game. You can actually click and you can view the model, the input tokens, output. You can see time, all sorts of fun statistics because you own all the data. You have access to literally everything. So that is the agent mode that's built into the new chat. And we have the ability to view our chats. You can see the chat history on the left. We have the ability to search through our conversations. But where things get really interesting is the memory aspect of Odysseus. So on the left side, we have something called Brain, and on Brain, we have a couple of different tabs. I want to go through them because it is extremely powerful. And if you start using the whole platform, it is really cool. So Memories is like long-term facts. It remembers about you across different chats. So it can like recall, you can edit, you can curate, you can do all sorts of fun things. Again, very similar to what you're getting access to in state-of-the-art models, just nothing that works locally with local models. And it's all in one nice place. So you can actually see here, this is all the different things it remembers about me already. So these are all the memories it has about things I have talked to it about. So we can do context. We can say, okay, what fact-based things are we looking at, or genre, or whatever. We have different categories. We can also hit tidy and has the ability to go through and actually clean up all the memories if we want. So we have 18 memories already. We have different skills. So imagine a skill is something that the AI will call and use when you ask it a question. So it has the ability to access these different skills. And if we go to add, we can actually add our own memories. If we want to add something specific, like, hey, I want my replies to be just code, no like fluff around it, we can actually add different skills as well. So there are different skills that we can add. We can say, okay, we can add a title to our skill when we want to use it, how to use it, and different tags. And then we also have settings. So you can actually see we can automatically extract memories or extract skills and approve skills, inject skills. There's all sorts of different things you can do. And by using memories and skills, you have the ability to make your entire chat experience that much better. So your like large language model that you have, your local large language model that isn't going to be as good as a state-of-the-art model unless you have like high-end server specs. You now have the ability to actually add really cool, useful things to it, like memories and skills, to make the entire workflow better. And in combination with the agent mode, with shell access, and with search, you're starting to get like a full package. And then you're going to notice on the left, there are some other really interesting tools. So we have like a calendar. So you can actually use the calendar and we can say, okay, noon, I want to run a certain event on a certain time or date. We can also do compare, so we can do a model comparison, so like a blind test, parallel, we can shuffle. If you have multiple models, you can actually test them and see which output is better. We have the ability to use email built in, so we can actually sync this with our email and have it load the emails and then work with the emails based off AI. We have Cookbook, which has the ability to look at all the latest models. It can give us all sorts of information about it, and we can look at which model will work with our system based off our specs of our computer. So you can see, okay, this one won't fit, or we can just search. So say we want to search for the latest Gemma models, we can as well. It has the ability to scan our hardware. It's going to say, okay, these ones will work well, these ones won't. So this one might be too tight. These ones will all work based off our specs. The next feature I want to talk about is something that the state-of-the-art models have had for a very long time. And I haven't seen any local model platform that does it anywhere near as good as Odysseus. It is deep research. And if you click deep research on the left, it's going to bring up a little window that looks like this. And it's a multi-step web research with LLM in the loop as the agent. You can see here, we have the ability to put in like whatever we want. So like explain who built the pyramids. We have the ability to do rounds, and we can just going to leave it as automatic. And what's really cool is within these settings, if you don't understand anything, if you look at the little question mark, this will explain to you exactly what it is. So like how many searches, reads, and reflect rounds the agent runs, and more rounds, more deeper coverage. We can choose the format we want. So we can do like a product, compare, how to, let's do fact check. And again, we could have just left that on automatic. We can decide the search engine we want to use. So which one do we think is best? And we can choose our endpoint. We can choose the model, and then we can actually hit start. And what's going to happen here is in the background, it's going to do a deep research fact check based off all the different things that we just put in, and it's going to like actually look up and get us a really good answer. The really interesting part with deep research and the ability to search within chats or within agent mode is the cutoff point for the large language model that you're running locally. So all the large language models have a cutoff point for when the data was trained on. Now, your large language model that you're running locally has the ability to go on the web, gather the latest data, and connect it with your large language model that you're running locally on your own machine, and like combine the two. So you're getting a much better experience. You're getting more up-to-date data than if you're just running this just locally on your own machine. And you can see in the first like minute and 25 seconds, it's already found 12 sources. It's only through the first round and it's analyzing everything. View visual report, and it's going to open up a new page. And this is what we just made using a free model on our own machine. And the model we're using is like less than a gig. It's like a really small model. So check this out. The claim, reinstating what's being checked, unraveling the mystery, ancient Egyptian pyramid construction, and added the image. We can go through, we can see the duration, how long it took, the rounds, the analyzed URLs, and it used DuckDuckGo. And you can actually see like we have little sidebar things we can jump to. This is absolutely incredible. They were able to make this off a free, like large language model. It's wild. So we can actually see all the different sources. We can go through and we can see all of the data. And what's really cool in the top right, we can actually save this as a PDF if we choose. So let's go back here and you can see we were able to make this, and it's pretty cool. We can also hit discuss if we want, and this is going to add it to a chat with the agent enabled. So now we can actually have a full conversation about the data all built into the same platform. So you're starting to see and understand why this isn't a wrapper. It's like a full system with all the tools that you would get on the large platforms in one location, one place. I think PewDiePie really cooked on this one. And then we have the ability to have like a gallery if we're able to generate photos, if we generate them, if we have a model that can generate them. We have like the whole library, so you can actually see all the different documents we make, or we can see the different research papers, and we can see things that we've archived. We have notes, so if we want to add notes along the way, we can do that. And then we have tasks where we can see the different tasks that are running. We can hit add, and you can actually see, okay, we want to prompt on a schedule or on a certain event or action on a certain schedule. There's so many different options that are built in into one platform. Then, of course, we have like themes, so we can change how it looks really quickly. You can see all the different options. We can even do customization, so we can customize the theme everything is customizable. And I want to show you the settings as well. Actually, let me just go back to themes real quick, because it will be hard to show you the settings with the current theme I have selected. So let's just make it a little easier for us. And now let's go to settings. And as I mentioned, everything is customizable. So we have like endpoints for the local models. We can add large language models that are like the popular ones from custom URLs, APIs. We can go to advanced models and we can choose exactly what we're using. We can see defaults. We can see fallbacks, vision. Okay, do we want a different model for vision or different model for research? We have so many different options that we can do. We have integrations. So there are APIs, and we can integrate Claude Agent or Codex Agent, contacts, email, MCP tools, all sorts of fun things. And if you don't know what MCPs are, I did a whole video about it. Check it out. We have email access, and you can see we can open up integrations with emails, and we can do reminders. We can adjust appearance, as I mentioned. There are a ton of different shortcuts for all sorts of things. We can also adjust our account. So we can have multiple accounts. So I have my admin account. It's going to store all the history for me. Imagine someone else is on my computer. They can come, we can set two-factor authentication, or we can add a whole new account for them to access and use. We also have agent tools. So as I was talking about before, this is really what sets it apart. We have our agents here, so we can enable like different built-in tools, so we can see all the different coding agent tools. So there's 4 of them. So there's Shell, Python, reading and writing files. We have the ability to like search documents. We can enable and disable literally anything and everything. Again, we have our users, and lastly, we have our system, so you can kind of see everything and how it's working. We can see our logs. You can see everything that is going on, and we also have our danger zone, so you can delete different things if you choose. There is a lot to take in. It is an incredibly powerful platform. The way I think about this as a home for your local large language model. So you can always flip your local large language model. You can flip to the latest and greatest, or go back and try something a little bit slower, and you can even compare it. You can see how it all works, but you now have a home for that model. You have an ability to have an agent run or make that model into an agent. You have the ability to have that model create and delete documents or search the web and get the latest information, for it to do deep research, for it to interact with your email or set up scheduled events. And everything I showed you will get better because it is open source. There seems to be a ton of people working on it through GitHub to improve it. And I just think the entire platform is really neat, especially if you like local AI models where you keep all the data, there's no payments, and everything kind of like flows and works together. It's a really cool platform. I'd love to know what your thoughts are in the comments below. I love open source platforms. I love the idea that we're not paying monthly subscriptions. I think that like gap is closing. Let me know what your thoughts are. Is this something you will use? Do you have a strong enough computer? Give it a try. Honestly, even with like a smaller model, just test it out. You have nothing to lose. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like on the video. Tell our algorithm you enjoy this type of content. You want to see more of it. And don't forget to subscribe for the latest and greatest AI. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow with another AI video.
Subscribe to Franklin, join the ride in this journey side by side. Tech and wonder, far and wide. Franklin's world, come on inside.